Some golden rules: there's no bad questions, and last time we said there's no bad prompts either. This is a positive learning experience for everyone. Some of us have never used ChatGPT, some of us have. So just to share what we know and make it into a fun and engaging experience. And so to start the fun off, I wanted us to break some ice with a short activity. I want you to take 3 minutes to present yourself, name, affiliation, but 3 minutes to reflect on 2 questions. The first question is, from the last session, what did you retain, learned, or surprised you? Or if you weren't at the last session, one thing you hope to gain from this one. And then another one is one ingredient that you think makes Main Street successful today. And just to give you an example, my name is Fadi Haddad. One thing I retained is how DALL-E needed a lot of experimentation to get the right output. And the ingredient is festivals make Main Street successful. So as you're writing down those 2 ideas, if you can put them on 2 separate Post-its, and we're going to put them there. So take a few minutes, like 3-4 minutes to do that. Welcome, Diego. I talk a lot about it, so she's... So maybe we can get started. How it's going to work, either we do it per table or whoever's see Ose ready, so...
per table?
But to everyone, yeah. Yeah. So we're going to start.
Yes. Hey, my name is Ose.
Oh.
Yeah.
Thank you for the reminder. I was going to forget again.
Hey, I'm Ose. I'm here as a visiting student at the Sensible City Lab, 2 floors down. And one thing that you retained, I learned that prompts, like further down in the discussion with DALL-E, it forgot prompts that you were like prompting some chapters before, so it kind of changes the weights on what DALL-E thinks are more important than others and forgetting things, and that was kind of a struggle.
Mm-hmm.
And ingredients that makes Main Street successful today is colors and lights and lighted colors.
That's great.
Should I just pass?
Yeah.
Hello, I'm Ben from the MIT Museum. Something I don't know, surprised, I guess, but just something that I carried with me and noodled over, thought about over the past week was the potential that Main Streets are not culturally universal, but a particular response to a socio-cultural and political, economic context, and all the things that flow from that. An ingredient that makes Main Street successful today, I feel, I don't know, I put down street-level human interaction. I feel that's very general, but...
Excellent.
Hi, I'm Sarah, and this is my first day as a postdoctoral fellow at MIT Sensible City Lab. And I was not here the last session, so what I would like to expect from this one is just an insight on DALL-E, because I completely new to it, so I would like to know more how it works. And the thing that for the second question, I think that people makes successful Main Streets, so Main Streets would be a good place where people could meet and enjoy life.
Thank you very much. Thanks for coming. Baptism by fire, first day.
Okay. So I'm Leo as a visiting PhD student from Italy, and I wasn't able to be here last session, but I really expect to learn how to like tune DALL-E for a specific team, for example, like these cities in this case or other cases. And for me, what's like the ingredients that make streets successful today could be cycling paths, of course, and cities, and also the connection between different streets.
Excellent. Do you have the Post-its? I can start putting them on the...
Yeah, I added one with prompts and
Okay.
colors.
We can read them.
It's fine. I'm very good at reading this kind of thing. Okay.
Hello, I'm Manolo, undergraduate here, going into urban studies and planning. Something from last session that I retained, or I guess two things. One, the writing component that is sort of added after each image generation, at least from my experiments, tended to be better than the image itself, and also it could be difficult to break out of stereotypes to get the thing to, like, even with camera angles, to get it to decenter the road itself and maybe get more perspective towards, like, the facades on either side and so on. And then I think traffic calming is an important ingredient of successful
Traffic.
calming, like
Oh.
slowing.
So, like as an example.
So like speed bumps, narrower, and just generally narrow streets, and generally trying to make sure it's not like a throughway, like people aren't just going through it to get to somewhere else.
That's an excellent point. There's research supporting that perspective of if you have slow zones or things that limit the speed, people tend to go there.
Oh, hi, everyone. My name is Song, and I'm a visiting PhD student from China in Sensible City Lab. And last session, I was not there, but I got the slides from Professor Fadi, and I learned like very similar to Ben. I'm amazed about like the dialogue can generate different main streets from like different social culture rather than just a very general main street like picture. And one ingredient for me personally, I think is the density, both the building density and the functional density for me to make main streets successful today. Yeah.
Spoken like a true urban science person.
Yeah, my name is Habib. I'm a Spurs fellow. I attended last class. I was so surprised by the creating of the picture by DALL-E. It was some kind of specific about the feature or character of the street. The street I bought. I mean, also it depended on how much information did you put inside the app. So it produced more details according to information we put inside. But I was surprised that he put some kind of flag that I've said last time. I think that maybe it makes some kind of research about this street inside international data inside the web, and it found some kind of country embassy in that street. And then he made the flag inside the street. I didn't know about that.
Yeah.
I didn't know about that, but I was surprised. Why did he put the flag? Maybe there is some kind of search about the name I bought, which name of the street I bought, that he thought that there is an embassy or something related to that country in that street. So he put it in the street.
Interesting.
I don't think that
Yeah.
it's just something for nothing. He bought the flag for nothing.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Hmm.
Yeah, so I'm excited today for, one of the ingredients is a street must be accessible. Accessible
Yeah.
for pedestrians, bikes, people with disabilities, and so on. Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, Habib. Hello, folks. My name is Isaac Gindler, pronouns he, him. I was at the last class meeting, and one thing that really surprised me is the template you can make to help design your DALL-E main streets to make them better. I was very nervous. I'm like, do you have to write like a new poem each time you try to like make a good design? But no, you can say, okay, well, there's certain parameters we should look at, like bird's eye view or top-down view, and put that as a parameter, and to make sure you have all these parameters written down, and then iterate to see what's the best. And that for me was, I think, very useful.
It's your first time using it?
Well, using DALL-E to make main streets.
Okay.
I know. I mean,
Okay.
I've used DALL-E before, but it's like it's like silly stuff. It's like Like, don't even want to say the silly stuff I've made, but we're like, Byzantine iconography of Morgan Freeman, or, as I've done before. And I think one thing I hope to learn from today's session is really how can I apply that to more practical policy making, some more practical stuff right now.
Excellent, yeah.
And I think an ingredient that is really necessary to make Main Street successful today is spontaneity.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome very much. Spontaneity.
Spontan.
Yes.
Thank you, Isaac.
I'll take these.
Well, hello, everybody. My name is Salvador. I am also a Spurs Fellow, together with my colleague Habib. I was not here last session, but I'd like to learn more about artificial intelligence in Main Streets in general. I come from a country that, Mexico, that, to my point of view, Main Streets happen naturally. Like there's no policy or zoning or any economic strategy, just people open their businesses. So I'd like to, one ingredient that I think it's interesting, I had written pedestrians, but I think that's been said. So
Okay.
I was thinking on what's the zoning policy or the urban policy around these kind of spontaneous main streets that happen in many developing countries, and how to, like, say, avoid the over-regulation I see in developed countries, that I think it tends to diminish the entrepreneurship, the vitality of main streets. But we also don't want how it is in Mexico and other countries, that is like dirty, sometimes unsafe. So what would be the key ingredient for vitality? Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Hi, everyone. I'm Diego. I'm a PhD student from Italy. Here, I was at the Sensible City Lab until last month. So I was not here last session, sadly. So for me, something that I hope to learn today is how pre-train a ChatGPT for a specific topic, because I read the email and I read that today we are going to use a specific model, something that Fadi trained for the lesson.
Concocted, yeah.
Yeah, so it's very interesting. I never used pre-trained GPT before, so I'm interested to know how it's work. And something that makes Main Street successful for me is things to see from the general meaning. So everything that can be seen from people.
Thank you very much. So the good news is a lot of the things that were mentioned is we're going to explore today. Like the practical applications, the exercise at the second half is to see how we can convince city officials that DALL-E can help them in city design and improving Main Street. So, or just understanding Main Streets in general. So thank you all for participating. And this is like some of the things I also had noted from the last time. People saying this is not what I described when they put ask for a representation, the biased representation of Main Streets. Some people also mentioned the need to see more social interactions versus, just the architecture. And some people highlighted how they want to use a custom GPT to be tailored to a specific community when they approach a community to do consultation with it. I think Habib mentioned if you have more description, you get better output. We need to do some tweaking. And a lot of times it was more artistic than real.